Welcome back, children. See, yesterday we have started a new lesson, National Movement, the early phase, 1885 to 1918. Okay. See, yesterday we have discussed about the Indian National Congress. Yes or no? See, Indian National Congress and the moderate phase. Okay. And see, all of you have to open the page number 122. Okay, see, the National Congress have started demanding to the Britishers what see, they have demanded to be appointed some of officials as into civil services, allowing should be allowed to the Indian people also, because before it's how like only that it's like monopolized by the white Europeans. See, whatever that all government officers and their officials, whatever they are doing, everything is done by the only white Europeans. So at that time, our Congress leaders have insisted to the Britishers should be allowed to the civil services of to our Indians also. Okay, and they are arguing about Indians also should be placed in a high positions. Why? Because the Europeans, Britishers always always used the Indians only as slaves and servants, right? So at that time, Indian National Congress demanded that Indian people also should be placed in the high positions, as well as you should be allowed to the civil services. So if they allowed to the civil services, they too will do the government duties and works, okay, like the Europeans. So at that time, totally the government officials monopolized by white Europeans. Okay. So and here the demand for Indianization of the administration was a part of a movement against racism, since most important jobs at that time were monopolized by the Europeans. Okay, see, this type of demand, why they are demanding, they want the involving of Indians into the administration of that government also. Okay, so that's why. And leaders like Nauroji, R.C. Dar and Ranade studied the economic impact of British rule and concluded that British were draining India of her wealth through taxes and other means of leaving her poorer and poorer. See, Dadabhai Nauroji, Ranade and R.C. Dar, okay, examining of the situation after, they came to know that economic impact on the India, okay, how it is done, how it is happened, because these Britishers are posing more and more tax, okay, more and more tax on our Indian people, okay, and collecting more and more revenue on the lands, and they are bringing their foreign cloth into the India and they are selling here with the cheap cost, okay, that is also giving an impact on our Indians clothes, okay, that is also giving impact on our Indian clothes, and it is showing very problematic situations to the cloth weavers, okay. See, whatever, for example, if we buy a cloth in our India for example 100 rupees, and at that time Britishers brought their foreign cloth to our India, only they are offering only for 50 rupees. So people interested buying of that, yes or no? People are interested, they are buying of that 50 rupees cloth because it is comes under to the cheap, yes or no? But at that time what had happened, of course, buying of that foreign product, here whoever the dependence on that work, Indians, they are become a poorer because there is no selling, right? When the investments, when they introducing of foreign product into the India, so Indians producers became poorer because there is no selling. So see, this National Congress team at that time opposing of this situation also. okay, stopping of the foreign goods, foreign cloth and all, okay. So that is showing impact on the poorers, okay, especially the cloth weavers, okay, and some of the small factories, whoever they will work, okay, who will produce by using of handlooms, okay, handicrafts, whatever they use, right. So they all are, there is no sales, no, so they become poor, okay, they became poor, okay. And here, and another impact, what you know, land revenue. See, Britishers were collecting more and more land revenue, and this is shows. See, they are importing the foreign goods and selling here. See, in that way also they are getting money, okay, and as well as they are imposing more and more land revenue on the Indians, okay, upon the Indians. So in that way also the Britishers become wealthy. Wealthy means more and more cash, okay. See, they become wealthy. So but it reaches to what? Indian become drained, okay. So that's why at that time, by observing of this all, Dadabhai Naoroji and all, they stopped of all this, okay. And the Congress passed many resolutions on salt tax and laborers, okay, salt tax, and at that time they are taking Indian laborers to the abroad, and they will not treat for these laborers in a proper way also, like slavery manner. They did not offer the food, and they will make them the work even 20 hours like that, okay. Ill treatment of laborers, okay, and interference of forest department, and they are hugely okay, forest dwellers. They are making so much problematic for the forest dwellers, means who are depending on the forest, right. Like the Koya, Gonds, people were living in the forest and they are depending on the forest, right. So British people, what they have done, you know, that they are interference of that forest department, and whatever the available in the forest, right, that all freely, without paying of any amount, freely they are capturing of all that whatever they collected from the forest, and forcibly, okay, by forcibly also they are taking the work from the forest tribals. So this National Congress started a resolution on this all, upon the salt tax and ill treatment of laborers, and interference of forest departments and forest dwellers, okay. Here, as I told you, selling British goods at cheap rate. When they are selling the goods in cheap rate, people are attracted to buy, and that leads to the Indians to be close their shops, and they became poor. Yes or no? So these Dadabhai Naoroji and R.C. Dar, they are all started the resolution opposing of these all situations. Okay. The early leaders were convinced the need for national industrial development to end poverty in India. Why this is all done? They want to be developed in industrial wise also. Okay. However, the British rule was standing in the way of development, as they were not only draining India of its wealth to England, but also enabling selling the British goods at a cheaper rate in India. So that means what? It is restraining Indian crafts and industries. Okay. The moderate leaders reached out to people in different parts of the country by holding lectures, meetings and tours. See, I told you now, some of the Congress people have started opposing of all this to the Britishers. How they started, you know? They started the meetings in the public, okay, and started the lecturings and giving the information to the people, and giving the information in the newspapers, okay, and they started the passing of journals, okay, and in the public places they are gathering together, okay. So in this all, by this all, they were created awareness to the people about the Britishers. Understand? And in a short, it may be said that adopted a policy of pray, petition and protest. Even they have given a petition to the British government, and even they have given awareness to the people about this all. Okay. See, but in the process formulated Indian opinion on important issues. This was very important for the future growth of Indian national movement. Okay, here in the year of 18th century, okay, in the 18th century of the Great Bengal Famine of 1943, they were triggered by bad harvest. Okay, triggered by bad harvest. But their consequences were devastating because of the policies of the colonial government. Colonial government means nothing but British government. Okay, the government collected a huge part of produce as tax, which did not leave any buffer with the peasants even in the times of bad harvest. See, when it is comes about bad harvest also, even the British did not leave off their taxes. Even if you get earned from your fields or not, those peasants have to be pay the tax to the Britishers. Okay, that is only called bad harvest in 1943. The government also did not intervene by controlling prices or supply of foodstuff during famines. Okay, allowing traders to hard increase prices, and at that time even bad harvest is there. Britishers are this colonial government is posing more taxes. Even they can do of suppressing the prices, rising the prices. But instead of that, they were suppressed the prices. So it leads the bad harvest to the peasants. Do you understood here? See, once in a year bad harvest came to the peasants, right? At that time, they are in which position, you know? They have to pay high tax to the colonial government, and as well as the prices also became low. The prices become low. That is also reason whom, you know, the Britishers only. They made that they imposed it to the traders to reach the prices low. Understood? And here, all this led to the death of millions of people during the famines. So what they will do? Many of the people were died in that situation. Okay. Next here, extremist phase, Swadeshi movement. Okay. Extremist phase, and another we can call as Swadeshi movement in the year 1905 to 1920. Okay. Here I'll give you an overview about this. Don't you worry. Okay. Swadeshi movement. It's nothing but just now I told you. Slowly Britishers have started selling of their goods into our India, selling of their goods in our India by cheap cost than comparing to the Indians' goods. Okay, they started more and more goods. Okay, more and more goods of selling in India with the less cost compared to the Indian cost. As well as they established schools and colleges, service sector also they introduced. Okay, so that leads Indians became poor. India became a poverty. Okay, so at that time these Congress people, okay, don't you think that Congress means now the Congress party is at that way? No, it is in this Congress, Indian National Congress. It was formed at that time. Okay, so these Congress people started boycott of all the British goods and services. Okay, they stop of using all the foreign goods and services, even schools. Okay, even schools and colleges also. Okay, and they started the public burnings of foreign flag. Okay, for example, if they will say, or else if they order by the Congress, okay, people they might have not followed. So they started firing of the foreign flag in the public places. Okay, that is nothing but a strong opposing. It is reaches to the Britishers. Understood? Strong opposing reaches to the Britishers. So instead of these schools and colleges of foreigners, Swadeshi Swadeshi Indian schools and colleges were started. Okay, and same as well as many goods they have introduced, you know, and not only cloth, many items. Okay, see here. Women, students, a large section of urban and rural population of Bengal and other parts of India became actively involved in politics for the first time. So, when it is in a Swadeshi movement, men, women and many other persons also involved in actively. Okay. See, in this movement, many people involved. Understood? Urban people, even rural people, okay, from the Bengal. And one major trigger for the movement was proposal for the partition of Bengal into East and West Bengal in 1903 Kuzan. Nationalists immediately saw this as a political act by the government to divide the Bengali people and also weaken the national movement. At that time, British started that weak this movement. They divided some of the Bengali people and they started weakening of this movement. When they divided some of the people from the group, so the movement will become somewhat weak and it will become surplus. They thought like that and they did it. Okay, and even the ordinary people of Bengal were encouraged by this act, took to streets to protest against it. There were massive protest petitions and campaigns, but they were not heeded, and government partitioned Bengal in 1905. Several protest meetings were held and together decided boycott of English cloth. Okay, of course they tried. British people were tried in many ways, but the movement have reached to the place. Okay, they started boycott the English foreign cloth. Okay, and there was a tremendous mass response to this call. Boycott and public burning of foreign cloth and picketing of shops selling foreign goods became common in remote corners of Bengal as well as in many important towns and cities throughout the country. Women refused to wear foreign bangles and use foreign utensils. Washermen refused to wash foreign clothes, and even priest declines offering which contained foreign sugar. Okay, this spontaneous unity of diverse social groups was the basis of Indian nationalism. The early nationalists were successful in germinating this nationalism. Even women also stopped using of these foreign bangles. Even washermen also not allowing that foreign clothes to be washed. Okay, and they don't want to be used the foreign utensils in their cooking also. Okay, see, like this movement have increased rapidly and it reaches to all the people in the rural areas also, and it is richly successful in germinating in this nationalism. Understood? There were also a call for boycott of government institutions like schools, colleges, courts, etc. People set up Swadeshi schools and colleges and parallel courts in which they settled their mutual disputes. As I told you, okay, they stopped the boycott of schools, colleges, and even courts also. Okay, instead of this, they started Swadeshi schools and colleges and some of parallel courts. Understood? And see, the idea was to refuse, cooperate with the government, and in this way undermine its position. The Swadeshi movement gave tremendous impetus to Indian history. Yes, it's given a tremendous to the Indian history. In fact, beginnings were made in a manufacture of Swadeshi salt, sugar, matches, and other products on a large scale. Okay, the movement gave a stimulus to PC Rice, Bengal Chemical Works, and encouraged Jamshedi Tata of Bombay to open his famous steel plant in Bihar. Okay, now Ratan Tata is the son of the Jamshedi Tata. Okay, and he is a big entrepreneur. Okay, and see, you might have a Tata Leyland, Laris, and Tata Salt. See, this is all many various of companies. CEO is Ratan Tata. Okay, Ratan Tata is the son of this Jamshedji Tata. Okay, so at that times when these movements were when the movements were surplus, no, so at that time only these Jamshedji Tata were started the steel plant at where in Bihar. The movement also created tremendous demand for ingenious goods. The textile industry of India in particular received a great impetus from the Swadeshi movement. See, after this Swadeshi movement, after their boycott of all the foreign goods, foreign cloth, okay, so in our India they started the producing of goods like Jamshedji Tata were started steel plant, even for cloth also, textile industry also, Buna, okay, they started some many companies in India. It reaches what, it reaches high income levels to economy to the Indian government. Okay, next topic, I'll continue.